Are we gonna try and do the fucking intro thing?
No, I just like the
What
we
is
just
the-
like talk for like 30 seconds and then we go live.
What is the intro thing?
It's the whole
It's-
bullshit.
It's the little intro video that Trent made and was really proud of, but
It was like kind of okay.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with it?
and go.
Hey Farva, what's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks?
Welcome to the Cam Shenanigans Podcast,
You mean shenanigans? Oh! You're talking about shenanigans, right?
where Mike, Trent, and Zach, and a guest will debate all things automotive.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Make sure to check out Cam Automag on all the social medias at Cam Automag. And don't forget to support our sponsor, Hustle Energy.
Adequate.
Well, I would ask her. And
She was proud of them.
See how many DMs she got from your work.
Hi.
That's your gauge for success.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Night Shitcast, where
We're about to just call her on air and we're gonna have just Christian just
me and Christian are currently taking turns dunking Zach into a trash can. But
call me Oscar at this point.
in a moral victory for, well, we'll go ahead and say Zach. We got Christian drinking PBR.
Yeah, it's unheard of.
Yep,
In a blue moon glass.
yep. And one of my 3 free Blue Moon glasses.
Well, hand me one of those green things. I don't have to,
You
A
want
koozie?
koozie?
yeah, I want to cover up my
Aw.
shame.
There you go. There you go, bud.
I want
Yeah.
to cover up my shame.
Yeah, don't ask where I got those.
Temperature makes a difference.
I also don't want people to know what I'm drinking.
We already know what you're drinking, Zach.
Well, he's drinking literal piss with bubbles in it. Do you see that shit?
It's not Youngling, so it's not piss in a can.
Youngling.
Do you want some fucking
Yingling,
natty
or whatever
lights?
the fuck it is.
I don't know.
You ever had a natty light?
Oh, probably not.
It's like-
Natty daddy.
It's like water.
I'm grown, man.
He's an adult. He's got things to
I've
do.
never had a natty light either.
Anyway, I'm Mike. That's Zach. That's Christian.
Hey,
There it is. Yeah, welcome to it. We don't really have a plan. This was just kind of hastily thrown together at the last
I
minute.
had a
like many
story.
things. Oh, well, by all fucking means.
What the? You're in my house, bitch.
you just know how long your stories are.
It's a good story.
It's a great
The
story.
long ones always are.
It's a great story. I'm gonna go up and start
Thanks.
some laundry. I'll be back in 45 minutes for the halfway point.
Why do I do this?
Because because like this is also hilarious and you know it.
I'm starting my own podcast, and guess who will not be invited? Actually, no. Do you know what? It's one or the other, not both. It's the
starting my own
combination.
podcast.
He actually
Full of
is.
booze and hookers.
He actually is. So in the new year, we will be stopping the Monday night shitcast live stream garbage. And we're bringing back the Camcast. It's going to be a bi-monthly or bi-weekly, whatever the hell every other week means.
Every other week.
There it is. And in the intervening weeks, I'm going to have a show where I do longer interviews with people because that's shit I like to do. And then we're going to have Zach's Cavalcade of Wackiness.
We need a better name than that. but
That's the working title, and I like it.
it's a good start.
If you like Zach's Cavalcade of Wackiness, let us know.
He just keeps looking at me like I've done something wrong. Like I've offended him.
Yeah, he does that. You learn to tune him out.
I've known him for longer than you've known him.
Yeah, but I picked up on him real quick because I've known Chirp longer than you've known Chirp.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I message you and Chip about the same regularity. Message him all the time. He says very mean things to me.
He says very mean things to me, and I return the
Does
favor.
he do the same thing where he's like, quit wasting your efforts on.
X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, man.
No, he's.
We just want you to be happy. Is
No.
really, I want you to be moist from the
Okay.
waist down, and I want you to be happy because of it.
So.
But all of your efforts are contrary, man.
So I asked him the same question I asked you about getting advice for doing model shoots. Right? Remember?
I do remember.
And
That was a fun. He asked the fucking brain trust, which included me, and I gave him no technical tips whatsoever. I just go out there and be cool, man. Just don't be weird.
Just
So-
be yourself.
Just don't be fucking weird.
so me to Chirp. I have a model shoot next week. I'm wondering if you have any tips or advice. Get your money before you pull your dick out. And I'm like, goddamn, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
What did I say?
I don't remember.
Who knows?
And then he's like, oh yeah, so just don't be a creep, give directions, remember slight awkward hand positions, look better on camera, suck tongue in, worry about fat chin, and yeah.
Oh, actually, you said tips and suggestions for doing model photo shoots. And I
copied
said,
and pasted the
I
question.
wish I knew.
Yes.
And then
Very
I said,
humble.
be comfortable in your space, be aware of background and framing, always focus on the eye closest to you. F2.8 is normal. Don't go less if you don't have to. Hands on faces is dumb.
Yes.
And shoot fucking raw.
And I responded with, really? Raw? I wouldn't have guessed that. Huh. I was going to do JPEG because that makes sense.
So basically, don't be a dumbass photographer, and hands on faces are dumb.
So I was aware of my background. Hands
Yeah.
are not on face.
I know.
This
And
is fucking brilliant visual content for a visual medium.
chiseled jawline is the problem. It's not you.
But for the work I did, though, was it adequate?
I mean,
For my first model shoot, again, you're kind of trying to compare me to fucking, I don't know, a fucking, I don't know, who's a good famous photographer for doing models.
don't fucking look at me. I don't know photographers. I don't like most of them.
I'm not a Sports Illustrated fucking
I don't
photographer.
either. Most of the stuff that comes out, I'm just nauseous of. I think it's terrible.
I was proud of it. I was for my first shoot, I was like, and also you kept saying, oh, she wasn't looking at you. There she is looking at me.
Oh no, I saw it. Yeah.
Fuck you. Also, I wish I knew what horrendous joke I made to get that face.
Oh no. Yeah, dude. See ya. Bye.
Well, I have a different story, not talking about said female.
Was it a female?
No, well, I bought a truck. I sent you a photo of it. And you promptly talk shit on it because that's what you do. I should have expected nothing less from
He
you.
was
I don't
right
have
to do
any
so.
money. I don't have any money. I just can't manage this shit. Oh, look at this giant green fucking truck that has no value whatsoever.
It has
It's parked in some place that I have to pay additional rent on.
maybe.
But also, it's Asian Mike, so I actually won't actually pay him and he'll forget about it.
Yeah, this is very true. Asian Mike's really bad at the whole business owner thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is he the
Shocking.
drummer?
What?
Is he a drummer?
No.
I don't know, but that would fucking track a lot, Mr. $300 Thanksgiving meat bill that came with a fucking genealogy.
Hold. Did you hear that?
It came with a college education. That's what we were just discussing while we
ham-
were downstairs.
The ham graduated from University Alabama Birmingham, and the turkey from Oral Roberts.
This one was actually pardoned by President Obama.
It's very low stress, and it's got a fantastic bloodline.
It was
so
it was massaged every single day. And it was
it's going to be delicious. It's going to sit in a tub in a fridge for 48 hours and just relax and vibe
You're gonna
with
fucking
my
pick her up?
high-priced, high-point beer right next to it.
Yeah, I'm fucking fancy. I go get my beer at the liquor store. Meanwhile, I'm over here sending Dave off to go get something.
He
And he
was so stoked to do that too.
I can't say I'm any better. On Saturday, went and helped Abe Barlow work on his cruiser, which we almost got stuck in his garage because the rear springs were rather tall, and we didn't take that into account. But me and Ferris, shout out to Ferris. I know you're not watching, but
Bueller.
we went and got a 30 rack of Coors Banquet because that's how we do.
Bougie.
I'm
Mhm.
the type of guy who likes. I would rather spend $10 on one beer and be buzzed and happy than spend $10 on this shit and have to drink 40 to feel the same way.
Well, if I'm
Next time we go to Ice House, I will choose your beer for you. Actually, we did that one time.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I've ordered it several times
That's
since
good.
then.
Mhm. There's
Um,
another one. There's this new shit that I'm on, and it
Yep.
hits harder.
nice.
It's
Um,
delicious.
I will warn you. I do like a little bit fruitier beers.
I think you'll like whatever works, man.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just start drinking cocktails while you guys are ordering your fucking
I do-
$30 beers.
I do like my cocktails too. I'm a slut for old fashions.
Where did that come from?
I just one day had one. I was like, this
You
is
just-
awful. and
Was
I like
that
it.
before or after SEMA?
That'd be way before.
Okay.
All right.
Because I got them in SEMA, and I remember you not getting one.
No, I got an old fashioned at the Double Eagle Steakhouse.
So it was like
Del Mar-
$650.
You
for
have
all
our,
this.
Yeah.
our cocktails were like $22 or some shit like that.
$19 margarita.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, didn't you get one of like the giant margaritas at the taco place? At
No.
taco or
Wait.
Wait.
I think you did at Nacho Daddy. Because we went to Nacho Daddy.
God damn it.
You know what? That was a great trip.
It was.
We
It
need
really
to do.
was.
Okay, so hold on. Before I tell my story about this truck, as a man of something, I don't know what the fuck you are.
As a man who's alive
As a man of
in this day and age,
You know what? As a man, I look up to and respect, and someday want to achieve some of his goals.
wow. I'm sitting right here too, Zach.
it's just 10 more years and you'll get there, bud.
I'm working on it.
Just stay alive.
I think you're more than 20 years. You're not 42, are you?
30,
43?
37.
So you're a couple more years than 10 over me.
Just a little bit.
Sorry,
a little bit.
So I got some free time coming up. What?
Please keep going.
Some
I
time
don't
off
know
from-
why I'm laughing. I just imagine that you just like finally take your hands off of yourself and wash your hands. You're like, hey, what else could I be doing? Like, I got some free time. All of a sudden,
I have
my calendar's open.
I have a scheduled jerk break for a week.
Fucking just playing a little 5-on-1,
Yeah, 5-on-1.
mixing a batch.
Yep, to spread the seed.
There you go.
So filled. I don't
Hammer.
want to do some traveling.
Distributing some free literature.
Just tugging on your horn there, bud.
Spare parts.
You guys see an esthetician for that?
Kiss my ass.
You look like a 12-year-old Dutch girl. So your free time's coming up.
Yeah, I got like 6 to 7 days off. I can theoretically take off from work,
Mhm.
and I've been doing some looking at like tickets to travel places because I've never left the country. I have a passport, but I've never left the country.
Why would you do that now?
Why is he the most negative man in this room?
He's
Not-
not negative. He's
He's a
asking
realist.
very good questions.
I don't know because flights are cheap right now.
Well,
Are they?
yeah.
Okay,
Airbnbs are a little bit expensive, but flights are cheap right
you
now.
got your shot.
I got my second one today.
Okay,
Attaboy.
you got your dick shot.
No,
The-
well, it doesn't get used enough to need that. So, and so I've been like looking at places to travel, and like I'm like, oh, let's go to London. Well, what the fuck do you do in London? I don't know what the fuck you do in London.
What do you mean?
Fuck London.
You- I
Never
mean-
go to
Okay, so then I'm like, okay, let's
You
go.
go-
I want to go to Dublin. What the fuck do you do in Dublin?
go to Munich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the continent. Fuck that rock in the North Atlantic.
So what do you do in Munich?
Drink,
Okay,
Mhm.
of course.
eat delicious food.
Okay.
You wander around a city that's old as fuck and has a ton of history.
Bring a camera.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Film.
There's an incredible amount of film in Munich.
Oh yeah, I know the Munich is like they hold like the film council every year or some shit like that.
Mhm. There's cool shit. And
So next question is
Reddit. Spend a lot of time on Reddit, like looking for like r/Munich. I'm sure there's got to be one.
Oh,
They try to time it with that if you could.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
my advice.
So
There you go.
I did that when I went to London, and I had a fucking blast.
So my next question is, are you gonna come with me?
Yeah, I don't make that much money.
Okay, so I was
Actually, I
pric-
do. I could take like a fucking month off and get paid for it.
So I
So
was pricing it out to go to London. I was talking to Mike about this. So like I priced out like 7 days in London. I made sure I got flights that weren't going to be like 48 hours of flight time. But for me and another human being, for airfare, and if we split like an Airbnb or something, I'm looking $1,200 for a week. Round trip airfare plus an Airbnb, which I don't think is absurdly awful.
problem is it's not 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're
It's gonna be like maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
which
your
Jet
lag
lag,
time
yeah.
to figure that out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I told you that a week is not enough. Like you needed more time.
I spent a month
Yeah, man.
in Europe, man.
Okay,
A
well, let's do
month
that.
over there.
I spent a week in Mexico and I needed more time.
Well,
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm
no.
just saying if you've got a week, I wouldn't go to another country.
okay. So
no.
like, where do you go with the week? Like,
Well, don't go to Boston. That's a third tier East Coast city.
I've been to Boston before and it was cool. I've never been to New York. New York,
You could go to it's too cold for that.
What?
Vancouver is what I was saying.
Vancouver would
No?
be interesting.
Vancouver in the winter is pretty tight.
Is it
Like if you go in like actual winter, yeah, it's pretty fucking tight.
Whistler?
Yeah, Whistler.
Where's Whistler?
It's in
Vancouver.
yeah, it's
just
in
north
British.
of it.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
yeah, it's in British Columbia. I mean, you can go to the one Toronto.
It's a good fucking time.
You go see what it's like in Quebec.
I think it's like we stayed in some hotel that was like $400 or $500 a night.
Hey, because tickets.
And-
So other thing was I was looking at tickets to, like New York. I was just.
Don't go to New York.
No.
God
Oh.
damn it, Dave.
Shout out to
Van
Dave.
down by the river.
Living in a van down by the river.
Oh, you're way better than I am.
I'm older than you. I've been doing this
why
longer.
not New York? There's lots to do in New York. There's lots of surrounding stuff.
I mean,
And
Right now during COVID times,
yeah. Well, I don't know.
my sister used to live there and left because of COVID time. She moved to Texas because she couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
Mm.
well, I don't know. My buddy lives in New York, and they went
Is
and
it
saw.
better right
Yeah,
now?
they went and saw Dinosaur Jr. last night. Him and his girlfriend.
Well, fuck.
Yeah,
Gates are open.
And
Yeah,
like the
dude.
tickets to New York are fucking cheap, like
Yeah, man.
$200 round trip, $300 round trip.
yeah.
It's pretty cold right now.
It's,
but
yeah,
I-
it's,
The
but New York-
Casey Neistat videos where he's like
yeah, but
behind a Jeep.
but
and
how
shit.
cool does that look? Like winter New York is like
well, no. Winter in any big city is fucking magical for like the day that it snows, but then the second day you realize that it's like,
everything's just brown and gray.
God, it's a fucking crime against humanity.
If I had a week right now, I think my first choice would be Munich for sure. Even
Okay.
just a little bit of time, I
Yeah.
would go back.
So you're gonna come with me, to Munich?
Oh, that is a boys trip I want to hear about.
No, I don't think so.
Why?
Wow. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm horrified.
Oh, I am so curious.
This is probably gonna scar me.
What? No,
By all means, Christian.
Oh, well, you know shit's serious when he has to unlock his phone a second time to get somewhere.
I just want to know how much time off I have.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good question.
If
Well,
I were to actually say yes to you, say yes to this dress.
hey. Well, I mean, if you
Time off 0 hours. Okay.
That's a
Problem
great
solved,
start.
baby.
I
Great
have
start.
56 vacation hours, 31 hours of sick pay, and 2 days that are floating holidays.
Well then,
That wouldn't take all of your holiday stuff. And I'm also not thinking going like I'm thinking like late March.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's a fantastic time to be in Europe, my friend.
Do we need to talk more after this? Because I would love for you to be my guide.
No,
to
it
Munich.
would be no. That won't work out because next year is Chelsea and mine's 15-year anniversary.
Oh,
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Have I ever met her?
I don't know.
I have. She's very nice.
We talk about you all the time.
Why?
She
So I'm like,
also-
I'm gonna hang out with Mike and Zach, and I'm like, remember Mike from SEMA? And she's like, I never met him,
Yeah.
I'm
So okay. So clearly,
but yes,
okay.
she works at the company. She used to work at the company that my mom used to work at,
that's true.
which was a whole
Wow.
thing.
Wow. The company your mom used to work at.
Yeah,
I have no idea what the fuck that is. Zach.
it was a small engineering firm. So like there was like 25 people there, maybe.
bunch of fucking tools.
They're all fucking assholes.
Quit your job and become a nomad. All right.
Dave. God.
The Dave Raleigh plan.
So my story though. So
Yeah.
I'd be
Jesus.
interested to talk to you more about this because like I'm really thinking about it. Like
I mean,
I think
fuck it. If you can wrap your story up in a reasonable amount of time, I got some ideas in the continental U.S. that would be kind of interesting.
yeah, I'll make this short. So I bought another car, truck, heavy farm equipment. So something in those categories.
You bought a box truck without the box.
Yep. Bought a Bob because it's cut. The trim's been cut. 95 Zuzu NPR. Picked it up for free from our good man Dave. And I felt like an absolute dickbag about the entire situation.
Well, that's how it goes sometimes with Dave.
Dave was actually not the dickbag part.
Oh.
this Dave.
Yeah, that Dave.
No, yeah, Dave was not the. No, Dave, you don't need to apologize. You were not the dickbag in the situation. I was the dickbag in the situation, and not even to you. So I,
Oh yeah, this part. You told me this.
yeah. So I'm part of this community called the Gamblers. Remember that off-road race I did, where I jumped my truck and all that kind of shit. We do 500 miles off-road.
Just smile and nod.
Yeah, it's a whole community thing.
Yes, Zach.
Well, thank you. It's a whole community thing, and I asked the owner of it, who runs it. I'm like, hey, I need to find somebody who can help me tow this vehicle. He goes, oh, message Dan. Dan, he lives in Grantsville. He'll be happy to do it for you. Just pay him his fuel and a little bit of his time, and he's happy to come do it. I'm like, awesome. So I messaged Dan. I'm like, hey man, this is what I'm trying to do. Do you just want to meet me in Cedar Fork? Because that's where the trailer's at. He goes, oh, not even a problem. I'll meet you there. Thinking he's coming from Grantsville. We'll take the back way through Tooele and end up in Cedar Fork. Fort, not fork. Fort with a T. So we get there. We get the trailer loaded up. We drive back to Payson, grab the truck. We take the long way back to Grantsville, back through Eureka, and hit Grantsville. And we drop off the thing. And we're sitting there, and I'm talking about it. And he was like, oh, that's such a pain in the ass drive, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, but well, you just live like down the street from here. And he goes, no, I live in Payson. So this mofo drove from Payson to Cedar Fork to pick up a trailer that I could have just drove to Payson, then drove to Grantsville, then drove back home. And I messaged my buddy. I'm like, I thought you told me that Dan lived in Grantsville. He goes, no, which Dan? I'm like, Dan Carlson. He goes, oh no, I meant Dan P.
Oh,
I talked to the wrong fucking Dan.
that's a problem.
So yeah, so I now have a 95. You're not giving me anything to work with here. Like you're just stone faced. Like I need something to bounce this off of.
Well,
Just waiting for the story to get good.
well, Zach,
Fuck you.
sometimes that's how they go.
Fuck you.
You got to win the audience, man.
So I bought this truck. I'm either going to fix it and sell it and flip it to make some money, or I'm going to put a bigger engine in it. I'm going to put a big block.
Okay.
Do you want to know why you don't have any money?
Okay, there we go. I can tell my story now. I can just tell it to you.
I've already
Also, the engine is going to be free, fucker.
I've already heard the story, Zach.
Engine's free. It's a case of beer, and I'd go pick it up in Ogden. You want to say something?
Do what you want, Zach. It's your money.
Fuck you, Dad.
Live your truth.
You're not my dad.
I just don't want to hear about it later.
The story is always good from Zach. I love that Dave's just in all caps. Nothing makes me happier.
And then I'm going to extend the frame 3 feet and make it a car hauler so I can haul cars because I'm always towing shit. I'm done talking because someone's going to be a dick over here to me.
I think you should put a bet on it.
Do what with it?
Put all your camera gear in the back of it.
You're so not supportive. I'm going to come to your family Thanksgiving and reciprocate all of this to your family.
There's a part in me that really wants you to come just so that I can have some level of familiarity with the people in my house.
Dude, honestly, like I'm happy to be there just like so.
I always do. Dave's voice is naturally him yelling like 3 feet away from the mic in my head.
Hello!
Just imagine I'm yelling.
That was actually really close. No, I want to come just like so like
Taste the bovine of the
no,
gods.
not quite that. Just be more of just like so you don't feel crazy in your own household. So you can be we can share the experience together. I can be there with you. We can bond over it.
Come over.
What day are you doing it?
The same day as everybody else.
I don't know what
I
day
think
So
Thanksgiving is.
Sunday?
I think it's Thursday, bud.
Okay, I don't really. I stopped caring after about the age 16. I stopped caring about holidays because
Wow, that's gonna change for you in a hot fucking minute.
why?
Because suddenly those holidays really mean a lot more because you're not at work.
Well, no, I know that. It's why I have time off, but like it's the family aspect which we want to get in here. But
Yeah, well, listen,
that's
none
a
of us
story.
are
That's a story for later.
super thrilled about their families. Well, I don't know about Christian. I don't know your life.
Depends on who we're talking about.
There we go.
Just like anybody else's.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid slate of shittiness across the board. Yeah. Hey, so you said you had some ideas for continental United States traveling.
Okay.
I want to hear Crazy Mike's travel authority.
Okay.
Crazy Mike.
Woo! Go to the east! Woo!
Where was that energy for my story? God damn.
Give me something to go.
I thought I was going to put a big block in it, and you were just like,
That's the
"Oh,
wrong man. That is the wrong.
well, that's where all your money's going. Don't fucking bitch to me about when you fucking have money problems,
Crazy
fucker."
Mike's travel adventures. Oh man.
Okay, Mark.
Okay.
I need a smoke. That's what I need right now.
Yeah, well, welcome to the fucking club.
I'll bring gummies next time.
I might be doing a
I learned something very interesting about a friend of mine this weekend, but I'm not going to say that on air.
um.
Have you
Moving
guys
on.
had any of my
I
gummies yet?
might be doing a hair follicle test for work
Wh-
sooner than later.
Oh, that's-
What? No, I keep trying to get people to party with me, but nobody will party with me, including my brother, who has assumed I've never partied before, which is wild.
I've only been
Bro,
I've only been high once.
come over.
Okay,
I've only been high once.
that's a shame. That's a shame. Well,
Usually, I mean, I'm not crazy, but like
I've been-
about every Friday, as soon as I clock out and get.
I'm not
like-
crazy. I'm just a casual weekly user.
that's
yeah, like I know
Well-
dudes who are like all day, every day.
Yeah.
like, they function on this.
yeah, man.
I'm like
But-
a once a week
Yeah, we're
Chill
adults. We
down
have
Friday.
shit to do.
clock out, walk over to the kitchen, eat it, and then start making whatever food, and then I forget that I even did it
Attaboy.
until I'm watching YouTube, and then all of a sudden I start melting into the
So,
couch.
Actually, this is
Nice.
explaining a lot
It's the
right now.
best.
Because last time you were over here,
Zach is high on life and exhaust fumes.
hell yeah, brother. Because last time you were over here, we sat in the basement for like
Hell
2.5
yeah, brother.
hours watching YouTube videos, and some of those
Well,
monster cock, no beast cock, was it?
Beast cock.
Beast cock.
could you say that into the microphone, Christian?
It was called Beast Cock.
It was called.
It was a
Beast Cock.
song that Belle from Beauty and the Beast sang about her
It's canon, actually.
deepest, darkest desires. You know,
Is it canon?
I think it is canon. It's Disney.
yeah, yeah. It blew her back out.
be brave, Belle. Don't back down,
That you know it,
Man,
dude.
We
Beast
watched it twice
cock.
though.
Every woman wants a beast
cock.
cock.
I sent the link to this.
Is
thing
it
to
huge? It's gotta be. Come on.
I
I
sent,
bet you anything it's bigger than Gaston.
I sent this link to a couple of people. I really want them to think highly of me, and I'm kind of regretting that. But also at the same time, this is how my life goes. Zach, while you're up, you want to get me a beer?
Every tiny
Zach.
human penis makes me yawn.
Zach, could you get Zach? Zach?
Zach loses it in dick jokes. Now I know.
Zach and Beast, they're both coming. That's probably for the best. One of the people I sent the link to, she's like, my internet sucks, and it keeps stopping the podcast. So I'm only getting bits and pieces. Like, that's probably
Don't
for the best.
worry. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
damn fucking
So
straight.
what I was saying was, it actually makes a lot of sense now because like some of those videos weren't as funny as I thought they were going to be. Some of them were really funny,
Yeah.
but if you're finding them all while you're like zoinked out of your fucking mind,
Zoinks. What the fuck?
not my type.
Okay.
I'm not into that.
Anyway,
Zach doesn't want to fuck this.
Okay, I would like if it was like
I'm currently
Okay, so what now?
yeah, like
Where
I'm,
do we go from here,
okay,
Mike?
That's one of
fine,
those.
Fine. Okay, let me fucking do some research over here.
Yeah, why? Yeah, fire up your OnlyFans and show us what you're paying money for.
They're all on sale,
Oh.
okay?
Dude, please, man.
This is great.
We're gonna show him.
All right. So you're telling me I probably wasted my talents as a photographer and a writer, and I should have like stuck with a fucking instrument?
Bro. What?
It's okay if we have different tastes. Would you not? No,
Are you going to show me?
Are you saying that if either A or B walks into the bar, which one, if I had a choice, I would talk to?
Do we have another picture of her?
Okay, this
Yeah, I'm. Like, listen, I'm willing to.
here's, do you know that person?
I actually went on a date with her in high school.
Hmm.
No,
Well then,
no.
Anyway, do we want to hear Crazy Mike's fucking wacky travel tips, or are we just gonna continue doing this? I mean,
You're getting a bunch of no's there,
you're
bud.
getting a lot of C's get degrees.
It's okay if we have different tastes. There's nothing wrong with any of
She's
that.
not bad. Like you're not like Zach. If I saw
No.
her and she was like giving you the blow me eyes, I would say go get him, Tiger, and I would push you off the stool and kick you in the ass towards that, and I would not feel bad about that.
Look, man. There's like
Guys are the worst.
there's
Hey,
a
Jake.
there's a warmth that person will never be able to provide you.
Ow. Man,
You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't exist.
this is
This, however, will cater to your every need,
I just
every
It- it's-
whim,
it's-
every idea that enters your head that doesn't involve a cabin chassis. She will co-sign on. Do you know what I'm saying?
shout out to Pornhub.
hi Jacob. I own your truck now.
I'm just disappointed to know that you signed up for OnlyFans, man. I really.
Hey
am.
Mike, do you have something you want to share with the group? How you support sorry, I'm
Yeah.
throwing you underneath the bus now because I'm underneath the bus. You're coming with me.
Yeah. Yeah, TikTok creator that I've talked to a bunch, comedian that I've talked to a few
I've
times.
had conversations with.
Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah,
Fine,
like
fine,
people
fine.
I've
You're
actually like
supporting their
fine.
careers.
yeah, I'm
Fine.
supporting their careers.
Okay.
So yeah.
Same.
There's no level of thirst behind what you're doing other than
It was
No.
one account
No.
and it was on sale.
Shout out to Jenny Zagrino. She actually filmed her hour-long special because of the money she raised doing a GoFundMe and also her OnlyFans. So
It was late at night.
he was there for that, man. He contributed to that.
yeah.
What do you get out of your money?
Just you,
You think-
sad bottle of Jergens in
You
that
think all
basement.
that, you think that money goes to her fucking boyfriend
You
and
think
just like, hey, what's for dinner tonight? And then gives her a beer that's like, don't do it, dude.
Hey Mike, so
where would I go if I had a week and
anything
made the
other
real?
than this conversation I'd be proud of right now.
Where would I go if I had a week and knowing that traveling out of the country probably wasn't the best move?
Go to the ice house every day. That's my advice to you.
That's
They have incredible brunch.
I
The
mean,
beer is fantastic. and
They do. The
the
food-
people you will meet.
Shout out to Ice House. That's a solid spot.
And
They sponsor
if
us.
you really want to talk to people, get good at the ring hook.
the ring
game.
thing is
Yeah.
yeah.
Every
Anyway,
great conversation and avenue that I've ever traversed has been
with that, single ring.
That is the catalyst right there every single time.
man, I don't know. I've had a few.
And also, I've been only one places I've been lucky so far have been Nice House.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I've had.
With the fucking
keep
firefighter-
striking where the gold is, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
like you found a vein. Keep going.
It didn't go very far, but found a vein. We found something.
Yeah, you found more than you did at a bar named Sue in fucking Midvale.
God, that was. I even thought I had opportunity to. I
It's a
thought
bar named Ooh.
A
Is
bar,
what it is.
a bar named Sue in Midvale next to a bank.
dude,
I
I
mean-
thought I had something. To do. I just girl walk over because we dropped something. She's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" And I'm like, "It's a diamond." She goes, "Oh, it's a diamond." So I'm doing my whole thing. I'm like, "Yeah, diamond smuggler."
I'm doing my whole thing.
He's
Why the fuck do I talk to you?
Christian, remember how much younger he is than us, and remember how we were at 23.
I was in a touring band at 17.
Well, we
So-
weren't fucking Paul McCartney at
Well, that's
17.
very-
Just
That's very. I mean, I
I had to go that way.
I was. I,
Montana.
I
was-
learned how to tell a story with my eyes without
was-
speaking because I was on stage playing guitar
I was a published
and I
photographer
couldn't
at that
get down
time.
and be
All
like,
right.
"Hey,
Hey, how you doing,
hey,
baby?"
I dropped a diamond."
Hold on.
You have to use your fucking eyes, man.
Do we have a? We'll be right back. So I can
No, we-
beat the shit out of Christian right now.
No, just do it on air. Just do it on air. Just get the ore.
Will you hand me the cease and desist?
No, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna.
Having technical difficulties right now. We'll be back after this quick message.
Oh, damn. Jake was fucking. He was living a life at 23.
Living in Arizona. Which
Okay.
part of Arizona?
So what have I accomplished at 23?
This
I
this
don't-
one that I was just showing you
Yeah.
is from Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait, do you own those cameras? No, because you don't own a fucking 6x9 because you're not that fucking bougie.
Sorry, what?
shout out to Zach mumbling into the void.
Okay, so for me though, I'm 23. What have I accomplished?
I don't know, what have you accomplished?
Because apparently I don't make
You
enough
have-
money to make you proud.
No, you have a bunch of junk. You spend your money on the wrong things.
Why did I ask him, Mike? For me, what am I proud of at 23?
I mean, I don't know, Zach. What are you proud of? Also, that's in Arizona.
That also is very much in Arizona,
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that.
yeah. I'm.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I thought it said got a UTI. But
No.
Got a
So
UTI.
Avondale, technically. Shout out to everybody going to Avondale. Rand did that.
I haven't
Um,
been-
I've made some good friends. I'm proud of my friends, even
Okay.
though you're kind of one of them. And I guess I'm proud of you right now. but-
Kind of.
well, you recognize your mistakes.
Look,
Yeah.
man, I'm the person that you
Um,
can always rely on to give you the brass tacks of every situation.
Yeah, he's going to fucking hold. he's going to
that's
hold your
my
face to
job
the
in your life.
mirror.
I don't feel like anyone else is, so I'm going to happily do it for you.
You're,
Yeah,
you're,
man.
you're the honest one
He really is.
because we don't have Chirp around to do it for us.
Yeah, I feel like if Chirp were here, he would be co-signing on all the checks that I'm writing.
He really would be.
He would take the back and sign that shit.
I don't know. I'm proud of some of the cars I've owned, which I know you don't give a shit about, but I do.
I mean, that's
I'm-
cool, but like cars
I'm
are
gonna-
a depreciating asset. and
Yeah,
you're
I'm gonna
putting more money into something. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Zach, like, don't necessarily be proud of the things that you own. Like, I would be proud that you built the Subaru, not that you happen to own a Subaru. I would be proud of some
I'm
of the
proud of things I've done. Like
nobody.
with the
I'm
BMW.
proud of that 2010 Ford F-150 because one, you were the first one to do a donut in it, which was a fucking fun time.
There
And
we go.
then we replaced the brakes together,
Yeah,
like
it was a good
by
time.
ourselves. And
We also did an
actually,
alternator as well too.
I broke a sweat. We learned a lot of things. I broke a sweat trying to get those fucking discs off.
Oh, that was
Jesus
a
Christ.
fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
And then I, and with the confidence I had instilled in you, you went and did donuts out on the salt. Well, not the salt, but out on the mud.
It took
Yeah.
a few times for me to figure.
Yeah, you
that
figured
out.
it out, but you persevered. You tried hard and you did it. And then you promptly got your ass stuck.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
that,
talked about that already.
that still gives me the heebie-jeebies. How close we were on a couple of those
It
moments.
was a little creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing is that
I,
time and experience has brought me calmness.
when I,
and
you know,
understanding.
I was calm too for the entire thing. Did I?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I was like, this is what we got to do. We got to do this, and this.
I was contemplating all the bad things. I'm like,
Yeah.
if this thing goes over,
well,
who do I call? Like, I
well-
wasn't really worried about it though. I'm just like, whatever, man.
Well, I'm
this
thinking
is-
here too. I'm just like, if it goes over, it goes over. Like, I can only do things to prevent that at this point. And so, as long as I keep working to prevent it, nothing is going to happen, unless it's going to happen.
I'm
so-
proud of that moment because
I-
I learned something,
We
and
learned
it was
a lot.
also a great time.
There you go.
I still think it was. I hand him the strap and go, okay, attach this to your car. And I do it to my car and come back over, and he's just kind of sitting there, just like, not really where to put this. Like, can put it on a tie rod? And I'm like, probably not.
I wouldn't do that.
I knew I couldn't do that.
No, you
Not unless you want to break out the jack and bend that thing
No,
back
with
into
the tie
place
rod.
like Wicknick does.
You want to do it around
Whatever the front, we couldn't go.
the sway bar. You want to do it around the sway bar is what you
Yeah,
want to
we
do, which probably would have been fine.
I
I'm sitting
mean,
there and I'm just like,
It could have.
but we fed it through his cross member for his engine. So like literally the entire subframe of the car, it's like the strongest part of that vehicle.
It worked.
It worked
It worked great.
flawlessly. Yeah, let's see. Who
Do we have
texted
any
me?
sponsors this week?
Fuck no.
Are we not in sponsor territory right now?
Fuck
No, I think our last sponsor was really more or less us just giving a shout out to our buddy who gave us a couple of shirts one time. And then
You milked that though.
we really did. We really did. I still have both of my Steady Broke shirts, even though they're now too big for me.
Mike,
Good for you.
Thank you.
That's something to be proud of.
I am proud of it.
I'm proud of the job. Okay. Here's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of the career choices I have made to get me where I am today. Because I like 2 years ago, I was working with Dave doing granite.
Yeah, now you're working like a fucking career.
Yeah, I'm
instead
working
of-
a career.
Yeah.
We build fucking missiles.
So what is your ultimate, like, what's your 5-year goal?
5-year goal?
You want to get bitches? Talk about your 5-year goal.
5-year goal? Quit my day job, get a part-time job doing something incredibly menial, and do photography and videography.
Brandy stole his Depresso tea.
Oh, we need to go to fucking South Dakota and get that shit back for him.
She's not in South Dakota. She's in North Carolina.
One of the fucking norths and souths. I don't fucking know.
I know what you're doing for your week. You're traversing the snowy mountains of. Wait, it's pretty
Smoky-
flat out there. isn't
Smoky
it?
Mountains, baby.
The Smoky Mountains of South
Yeah.
Dakota.
Jesus
Carolina.
goddamn Christ. Yeah, there you go.
Carolina.
Of North Carolina.
So within 5 years,
I'd like to
you want to work a part-time job.
and doing photography and videography on the rest of the time.
Okay.
I want to do something like incredibly menial. I want to fucking work at a camera store, fucking be a barista.
AJ, I'll send you my Depresso tea.
Looks way better on her.
I mean, big
And-
titty goth girl.
and then
Yeah.
the rest of the time doing my passion, which is
BTG.
BTG. What do you think about that? You want to be a realist on that one for me? Do you want to shatter my dreams and hopes?
It's really hard right now because
It's very saturated.
the iPhones are fantastic,
Yeah.
and everyone who posts content online usually uses one of these.
Yeah.
And the type of photography that you did for my band is really good, actually, but it requires effort
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a lot of money.
No.
No.
But that's the 5-year dream.
Photography is a work of passion, really.
Yeah,
You said 5-year
it's-
goal. That's 5-year dream.
Yeah. Like a buddy once said to me, everybody who's out there, like, I think he was talking about like skateboarding. He's like, yeah, everybody's out there like shooting for like Trans World or whatever. He's shooting a fucking wedding on the weekend.
Which I wouldn't mind doing weddings. I don't know. But yeah, so it's 5-year dream.
Okay.
There's this Instagram account, which I hope you all go to, called trendy_photography_memes.
Boy.
That
And
sounds amazing.
It is full of people.
Mhm.
Of photos just like this.
No, it's full of like it's reels. It's people doing reels,
Oh,
and it's people reacting to like oh, I'm going to be a photographer for a week, and then people are like, oh my god, I'm going to be a photographer for a week, and there's millions of views on this shit.
I have a whole bunch
Their
of
content is,
Mhm.
or they do, you know how they do the before and after,
Yeah.
and it does the pop. Like, use the fucking preset. When you hear a photographer refer to a model as his muse, the clown detector is off the charts.
Yeah. These are pretty fucking great.
Dude, they're so look at their whatever their stories.
fuck.
Dude,
Their
these are
stories are
great.
hilarious. The guy says one of the most creative and fun models I shoot. Creative, bro? She's sitting on a chair.
Yeah. Bruh.
This is like the muck that exists.
This is amazing. I love
Yeah,
this.
no,
so much.
this is why, like, when I said earlier, I know a lot of photographers, but I don't like most of them. This is the
Ugh.
shit I'm talking about.
Look at that. What the? Yeah, right. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, like, none of this is fucking great.
You like this one?
God,
It's tastefully done.
that's awful.
People watching us. Trendy _photography_ memes.
Not safe for work.
They
Yeah.
just rip everybody apart, and
Yeah.
I'm so glad that they do.
Same
This is
here.
amazing.
Yeah, the
I'm-
clock app is not great.
I'm going to be more woke after this.
Attaboy.
This is hard for me to accept because as much as I do like photography and I think it's a lot of fun, in reality, I can't. I live in Utah where all these armchair photographers are
Oh god, there's some
stay-at-home moms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
like, what do I
The-
can't compete
The
with
lady
this.
who took photography in high school at the Ward, she's going to shoot my wedding for $50. Why are you trying to charge me $1,000?
Well, so I want to talk about that. 'Cause I told you my story about it. So I
Yeah.
shot my cousin's wedding. I did a video for it. Do you know what my directions were? I want the video to be like an episode of The Office.
That is the correct reaction, Christian.
So I'm like, okay, cool. You're gonna pay me $300 to do this. Fuck, I'll try my best. It's actually turned out pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it. But my other cousin, did the photos. Rolls up with her fucking, I don't know, like 5-year-old base model Nikon with a kit lens and a zoom lens. And so we get there, and she's trying to do the family, like the big family photo with everyone in it. And she's like, oh, I need to keep stepping further back. And I'm like, Mariah, do you want to just use my camera? I got 24 on a full frame. No. My 35 is the same.
Mm.
What? Your 35 is the same on your APS-C size sensor
Yeah.
at f probably 5 because it's a kit lens from.
Jared Pollan is one of my favorite
Oh,
guys,
he's the best.
specifically because he calls out the people who do amazing things with nothing,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
and the people who do absolutely terrible with the greatest gear in the
Mhm.
world.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone has a place to start,
Like, he's not ready to shit talk me, but
for sure.
Well, I'm out there with fucking absolute garbage, like a fucking my ancient 1D Mark II and my garbage 75 to 300.
Goes to work every day.
well, I
fucking-
think the
yeah,
difference between
Just
you,
takes its lunch pail, puts on its hard hat.
well, I think the difference between you and my cousin doing photos is you don't think you're the hottest shit out there. You don't think you're the best photographer out there.
I do it because I really don't want to tell some of these people to fuck off to their face. I'm just doing it through my work.
She's doing it because she thinks she's the same thing. Oh, I took Mary Lou's fucking graduation photos in my ward, and I'm gonna do her other kid.
I took photo 2 10 years ago. Therefore,
Yeah. That's how she thinks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It's really weird because I'm the type of photographer where I like the artistic shit that I could never pull off.
Mhm.
I'm a technical photographer, so I'm always like sharpness and the right lighting type of stuff, which is relatively boring. But those are things that I pay attention to. But the
Well,
problem with photography now is that it doesn't matter.
yeah.
No,
Like none of it.
no,
It just doesn't.
it doesn't, and it's
If
yeah.
you spend any time on any social media, which is unfortunately where all of this shit exists,
Yeah.
you'll know that you can stand in a mirror and turn and take a photograph, and then all of a sudden you've got 300 simps.
Yep, just
The,
Hey, baby,
Yeah.
give me your Amazon links.
but like
I wish I could take a picture of me in the mirror and get fucking people to buy me shit off Amazon. I got a bunch of expensive
know.
stuff I want.
I know.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
That's the thing is like
I
most
know
people.
how much you make and how poor you are with your money.
So this is a good deal for you.
This is a terrible
I
deal
already
for
told
me
you,
because you
I-
have no money.
I tell you, I'm getting you for Christmas.
Yeah, and you know what I'm getting you for Christmas? It's the dumbest shit ever.
Do you want to hear what we're getting? I'm getting him a sous vide cooker, and he's getting me a vacuum.
vacuum sealer.
Something you both need.
Right.
Vacuum. Oh, all right. I was thinking vacuum. Like clean your shit, bro. It's
There is a fucking vacuum out there, and I do vacuum,
Yeah.
asshole.
We do vacuum like once a month.
Wait, you told me a story about a dude changing motorcycle parts.
Oh yeah, no. Oh,
Don't-
the carpet cleaner has done amazing work on that. But no, back to photography though. I message you on a
Damn.
regular basis
I'm
about
sorry.
photos I have done and ask for critiques.
That's true. I'm probably the wrong person to do that.
But well, I don't
I
just
think-
message just you.
I think both of us at this table might be not the greatest people because
I have 4 people. I have you,
uh-huh,
Chirp,
uh-huh.
and Costa.
Your angry Greek friend.
And I take the combination of what the 4 of you guys say, boil it down to the core essence, and that's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a
But
That's
no,
good.
but the big thing though is like I know I'm still starting. I'm still a beginner. I've only had like a nice camera in my hands for only a year and a half now. Which fuck, I've done all this in a year and a half.
You know,
Yeah.
what's weird?
What?
Is that gear really doesn't matter.
No, it
it
doesn't.
really doesn't.
No, absolutely not. Yeah,
I remember there was a time I had a Nikon D7000
that's pretty low end,
And-
right?
and a 30. Yeah, it was a crop sensor
Mhm.
Nikon.
Yeah.
30. I had a 35 millimeter 1.8 or something like that. I can't remember. And I wanted a Canon 5D Mark II.
Ooh, old stuff.
Yes. And I remember telling this guy, this old man in San Francisco, what I was doing. And he's like, "Why are you doing this?" Like he was upset. Like
Yeah.
he was trying to dad me. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Full frame." And he just shook his head. I should have listened to him. I should have listened to that man.
Well, like I did go out and I did go out and get a nice camera, but I worked my way up to it.
Are all your beers and bills paid?
I was about to say a year ago. I bought 2 cameras. I bought some part. Bought
Beers
some
and bills.
beers and bills. I don't think I put any money towards the camera. I bought. My mom gave me a camera, and then I bought a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema, the first generation. Bought a bunch of parts for it, and I sold both of them.
You made my DA9 look pretty.
Hey, I'm making your
Yeah.
DC-5 look pretty, assuming I ever get through those cursed ass fucking NASA photos.
Yeah, actually, it's one of my like biggest shared photos. It went.
What?
Did
It
you
was
see?
shared. Oh.
I gotta see if I can get through the drift photos because man, the NASA photos make me feel real weird, so I have to like leave the house. But the drift photos, I just need to like crank those things
the
out because
fuck
I
called
only
me?
shot 300. And most of them are fucking
the
Cody
fuck-
Gilbert's FC.
Ray.
Who's Ray? I took a picture
my
of a
homeboy called me.
jellyfish once,
Neat.
and it got 113 likes.
Hmm.
One of whom was Chirp. Thank you, Chirp.
Good old chirp.
Hold on.
Yeah. Well, while Zach is fucking struggling to find cities to visit in the continental U.S.
If she's not main thing, hang up. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's a good work buddy from a long time ago.
Um,
Excuse me, sorry about that.
Same rule applies.
yeah. Anyway, San Francisco's pretty tight. It's always a good one. Seattle, let's say Chicago.
Oh, to go off and
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like if you're gonna
nothing?
spend a week in a town,
You're not well. With your haircut, you might be able to pull off somewhere in Washington.
I mean,
the fuck does that mean? Somewhere?
anyway,
Down, 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 down,
yeah,
down.
just get you a flannel.
Yeah, you better like coffee
Yeah,
and dikes.
damn. Yeah, Portland. Speaking of dikes,
Actually,
Portland?
oh, speaking of Portland, sorry, I'm cutting you off.
I was trying to go that route.
hey,
So you remember I talked to you about Niles? He's my coworker. Who
Yeah.
yeah. So the dude has more cool shit.
okay,
He's who I want to be when I'm 40.
we've got 8 minutes left. How much?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you guys kind of went off, and we were gonna try to throw it to my travel tips 20
Oh,
minutes ago.
Long story short, his Porsche's still in Portland,
Okay,
and he's like, "Oh, I got a quote for $9,000 to get it towed from Portland to Utah." And I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll do it for $3,000."
Jesus,
You have a truck
Got a
Yeah,
truck and a trailer.
there you go, and you got gumption.
Yep.
and you have 7 days off.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. There you go.
Okay, this photo's fucking shit. Bastion, I'm sorry this photo is so bad, but Utah Northwest Campus shared one of my really shitty photos.
Yeah, they keep sharing a bunch of my stuff, but
It's
don't
just
give me
a
fucking
Honda
credit.
Civic
It's, a,
surrounded by a bunch of cones doing nothing.
it's also out of focus, which is even the better part too.
Yeah, their social media team is not super fucking
And
great.
if you notice, most of their shit they post isn't actually tagged.
Yeah, no, it isn't. I have to keep like messaging them to the
What?
point where I said I'm going to send you a fucking invoice if you keep doing this.
They didn't blur my watermark, or they didn't cut my watermark out, so they had to tag me, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, they didn't do that on one of mine, but like it was a red watermark over like part of the red and white curbing. But I'm the only one who got that fucking photo. So I'm just like, yeah, could you please like tag me in this, or else I'm going to send you an invoice for like $300.
Okay, so Portland, what else you got on that list?
I said San Francisco and Seattle first.
What about Yonkers?
God.
I've been to both those. I've been both. I was pretty young, but I've been to both San Francisco. I was actually there when they did the
Don't go to San
America's Cup
Francisco.
race.
Don't
Okay.
do it.
With the-
Just don't go there.
I think it's one of those like I mean,
You know what, man? Now is a perfect time to visit the South. I think you should just.
The South.
I was gonna say Atlanta. I mean, that's
I've never been.
There you
Atlanta's pretty legit. I mean, like
You guys have seen my map. There is a big gap between Boston and Cheyenne.
I mean, Chicago is. I'm going to always sing the praises of Chicago.
Chicago.
So
There's a place called Sandwich, Illinois.
there
It's
is.
pretty cool.
if
If you
like
go-
a small town, like
If you
25
get
people.
into Central Illinois, you will find a Burger King that is independent of like Burger King.
oh yeah, I know about that.
yeah, so
Very
go get yourself something at the old Burger King.
I have some friends from a place called Muncie, Indiana.
Oh,
and
Muncie.
One of them has never eaten rice.
What the?
So
That
it's a-
doesn't surprise me.
So
for
it's a-
Indiana.
it's a pretty good time
Um,
up there.
you can,
There's lots to do up there.
Wanna go to Muncie?
you can head up to
The-
Milwaukee. You can head up to Milwaukee and be the prettiest man in Milwaukee.
I'll come back to that.
You
do you
if
want,
you
want
went
to do
to
a boys
Muncie-
trip with Muncie with me?
if you went to Muncie, I'm sure you would irreparably change the gene pool of Muncie.
Fucking
And within
Muncie.
like 18 years, we'd have a
Muncie would be drastically different.
you would change the culture just by distributing free literature to everyone.
Uh,
I don't think it'd be too hard there either.
just you fucking rolling. Get your white suit. Might as well.
Just one main street of Muncie with my white suit.
What are we doing tonight? We're gonna go hang out at Lake Zach. We're gonna
Wow.
do laps in Lake Zach.
What are we? What am I doing in Muncie?
Why
I'm
do we
changing
have
the
two
culture.
people watching this. Who is watching
I'm
this?
pretty sure Jake still is. Which, yeah, I'm taking my sweet fucking time on the NASA photos, but I don't know. I think Jake. Oh, we're
Now
up to
we-
4. Holy shit!
Now we know how to change culture, guys.
You and me.
Pregnancy.
And go to some fucking depressing Midwest dump.
You and me. Let's go to Muncie. Let's spend a week in Muncie.
I mean, yeah. I
Introduce rice to everyone.
That's right.
listen. Notice how I.
You think, dude? I'm saying it like it's funny, but for real, the dude had never had rice.
Dude, my
And I'm like, you're a
Dude.
fucking. I looked at it. You're a fucking liar.
dude,
I'm like, why would you come to work and say some dumb shit like that? And he was, dude, I've never had rice.
That's
I'm like, rice doesn't go to fucking Indiana? Like, I don't understand.
that's some Indiana shit.
Pizza. He's had pizza before.
That doesn't surprise me. You can go get a fucking Totino's at the 7-Eleven.
my
The
grandma.
Pizza King, I think is what it's called out there.
Jesus Christ.
My
Yeah.
grandma only
Yeah,
recently
dude.
had pesto for the first time.
Okay. Well, that's
Just recently?
Just recently, as in like the
God
past 10
damn,
years.
dude. No.
I mean,
This is why I spend so much money on food. Is that
Yeah.
my palate requires it.
well,
I have to spend.
see, here's the wild thing. Like, you spend all this money on like great food, and I'm like, I know what to do with food, but also give me 2 packets of ramen and a thing of spam, and I'll make it happen.
You know, I've never done spam and ramen, but I've done
I've had his spam before. He cooks good spam.
Sriracha. It changed my life.
You know how I'm doing. You know how I do my like fucking cheap ass packet ramen.
It actually
right?
looks really good. I haven't had it yet, but it looks really good.
No, but next time I have expectations.
Okay. I mean, I will fucking wow you with
I
with
have
less than
four-
$6.
I have 4 grills at my house.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay.
Got 4 grills.
Do I need to bring one? Can we do it?
Yeah,
need
we'll
to
go up the garage to the fuck.
Can you do grills here?
Yes, just not in the little patio. We can do it anywhere else. So the joke is
So-
we're gonna do it in the garage.
Yeah, we might as well do it in the garage. I mean, that's within stumbling distance.
So other thing was my grandparents like, oh, you drove up here. What kind of snacks do you get for your drive up here? Oh, I got some prosciutto from Harmon's. What's prosciutto? I got asked.
Yeah, that's not common.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird road trip snack.
Oh, it's so good. You just go to Harmon's and get a thing of prosciutto and munch on it while you eat. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I usually get prosciutto when I munch on it by myself, but that's like because I'm doing something very shameful.
yeah, it's very it's a very good description.
I'm
of
going to
what-
regret everything that happens for the next 3 minutes.
Wow, you got to give me some credit. I was gonna say 2 minutes,
Wow. Yeah, no.
2.5 maybe if I'm lucky. That's a flex. What's a flex, Jacob? The
Eating
rice?
prosciutto.
Or the
Eating prosciutto. Nailing everything down in Muncie, Indiana. That's not a flex. That's not a flex. That might not even be doing the Lord's work.
Depends on your lord.
Man, here I am thinking I'm going to do a serious fucking interview show, and I just said that. I went to journalism school. Not much of it,
Oh,
but
the
enough of it.
grills.
The
Yeah.
grills. Oh, the
Oh,
grills.
the grills.
It's turned to in a weird obsession when you're on a path. Look, man, when you develop a hobby,
Oh, so
like
okay.
kids.
Paul, let me talk.
Hold on.
Is that a useful thing of your money? It's a useful.
Hold on. Jake, you own a shit ton of Hondas. You know exactly what this is like.
Hold on, I need to give him some shit.
Okay.
Is it useful spending of your money? Can you spend your money in more useful ways?
the last grill I bought cost me absolutely nothing.
Oh, so did my last car.
Does it work?
It's worth something still.
Does it work?
It's probably worth more than a grill is.
So you have zero perceived value out of something that you obtain for
Okay,
free.
well, how much you spend on your last grill before that?
Ooh, $399.
Okay, before that? How much did you buy your trigger for? Your nice trigger.
Ooh, I don't have a trigger.
Yeah, Traeger.
No,
Mm-mm.
he's got another crippling addiction to pellets.
That one also had an MSRP of $7.99, but I got it for $273.
The word I almost use, I can't say on this podcast.
No,
but
you shouldn't say that on this podcast.
MSRP.
Exactly. Yeah. Please stop saying MSRP on.
Yes.
I need you to say it out entirely.
So the thing that
Manufacturer
cost
suggested retail
$800, I
price.
got for less than $3.
Okay. Well, my last car,
Yeah.
I bought for $500. I'm selling it for $25.
What are you doing with that money, man?
How
Paying
much
off my
money-
truck.
How much money did you put into it, Zach?
Good. The Toyota actually is good, but
Yep.
never invest in vehicles. That's my.
Yeah, I mean,
I always get really lucky on buying cars for cheap enough because I don't think I've ever really lost my ass on a car.
good.
I can't think of the only car that I lost my ass on was the Jeep. And actually, I got the Jeep for free, so I couldn't even lose my ass on it.
So the first grill I bought was a mistake. I had to learn. I had to go through a process to figure out like what was good.
You didn't go see Paul Wall.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's a reference for I don't know. Hopefully, one of the people
Jacob!
watching.
Jacob, you ruined my whole perception. I just thought UMC just found that photo. I was like, oh, this is a good photo, and I was so happy with it. Oh, Jacob, you just ruined my entire perception.
Anyway,
But I say I've never lost money on a car. I don't think I will because the truck's worth double what I paid for it now.
yeah, thanks to COVID.
The BMW I'm making grand off of. If I sell the MPR after I fix it up, I'll make between $1 and $3 grand off it, depending on what I sell it for and what I put into it.
I don't know, man. I think you'd have better luck investing in stocks or something like that.
But I get a lot of enjoyment. I get a lot of fulfillment out of cars.
Okay.
Working on cars, it's a happiness thing and a moral thing or like a mental thing, as well as I do get some monetary return out of some of these cars.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, the Subaru, no, absolutely fucking not.
But-
I will never make a dime off that Subaru.
There's this saying that an engineer buddy of mine always says whenever someone comes in and flexes that they got something, and it rings true with me every single time because if you ask yourself this question before you do the thing, it'll make a difference. Does it get bitches?
Wow.
I don't think my Isuzu NPR is going to give me bitches.
Then don't do it. Do just try it for a month. Every decision you make, first ask yourself. Women, ladies, do this too. Does it
Will this
get?
podcast get me bitches?
Does it get bitches?
I'm out.
No, nothing that we're doing.
Nothing.
Nothing that happens in this room is going to get you laid.
I think there's potential here.
I mean, there is potential here, which is why I've split this thing into like 3 different fucking shows.
Hey, multiple of the girls I have mentioned that I'm getting my own podcast were very impressed.
Wow. If they knew any more context to how you were getting your own show.
I've worked hard at this for 4 years, 3 years.
I
If
mean,
we do things based on the financial efficacy. Efficacy.
efficiency.
Oh. We wouldn't ever do anything. I don't know, man. Boners inspire a lot of motivation.
Yeah. And how? All right. I think we've gone far enough before we
damn
let
it.
Zach open his mouth again. And
Is
maybe-
that quotable? Is that good enough?
I'm just going to yeah, no.
What are you doing, dude?
I
Who are you
don't know.
talking to?
Anyway.
What's her name?
Okay. Jacob, I see.
Thank you.
Jacob. I understand your message now.
Okay.
Those are his Hondas.
They're all asleep.
Yeah. They're all hanging out.
Except for that one
Anyway,
It's one eye away. It's giving the crazy eye.
who's going. Yeah.
thank you everybody for watching.
I can't believe there's 4.
I
4 at
know.
the same time. This is the most it's ever been.
No,
is
we've,
great.
we've had up to 12 or 13.
Yeah, it's been wild.
While I've been here.
Yeah.
Don't flatter yourself.
Yeah, there you go. It's a high water mark for Christian.
Hey. I'm going to take it as a win.
As you should.
You
You
got to
can
take the
get
dubs
bent.
where you can.
You should. I'm proud of you. I'm happy I could offer this win to you.
Good night, boys.
Anyway,
Black Heart.
thank you for joining us, everybody. We do this every Monday, but starting in the new year, it's going to be a little different. We're actually going back to a podcast. So
Wait, what is this?
this is just a random live stream where we used to post the audio as a podcast, but then Trent stopped doing that.
What's a podcast?
A podcast is a long form spoken word audio thing. It's like where you typically do interviews and shit.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be
Do
scared.
you want to finish this, Mike?
Let the boy.
I want
I'm just
Let the boy watch.
I want clarification because I had
It's like a
completely different understanding of what this was.
It's like a radio show.
yeah, this is like an early morning talk
So
show.
you have like formed questions and you have a point to what you're doing.
Oh, you're asking about the new thing. I'm asking
What
this
we're
was.
doing? So we've got 3 different things that we're going to be doing.
okay.
So I'm going to be doing kind of like more long form interviews. So think if you want kind of a good example of what I'm shooting for, get on YouTube and look up the 9 Club.
Okay.
Okay. Zach's Cavalcade of Wackiness. That's
Just boners and Hondas
Oh, it's gonna be great.
it's going to be something.
in used vehicles.
Yep. And then the Camcast is going to be kind of like the podcast that was. Like if you go on your podcast platform of choice and search the Camcast and actually look up stuff that is titled like Camcast whatever, that's kind of what we're going to be getting back to. Kind of a mix of kind of news, kind of just bullshitting around, generally more focused on cars.
We don't talk about, well, I know you guys do.
Yeah, you're not a car guy like we are.
I had a 1986 and a half white Toyota Supra
Yes, you
and
did.
it caught on fire.
We're trying to end this.
Mine-
Fuck cars.
Mine didn't.
Mine did. Fuck that shit.
Well, whatever. Anyway, we will be back next week for another episode of the Monday Night Shitcast, which is live every Monday at some point in time on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
Indeed. I've been Mike. That's been Zach, cripplingly disappointed.
I hate all you.
That's Christian. He's been bringing the fucking hammer. It says ham down there. See? Where it says ham.
We named this.
Nailing down everything.
I named this the best name possible. because I
Nailing
give
down.
up.
Zach is going to go to Muncie and fuck a bunch of depressed women.
Well, we're not
Okay, are we
depressed
gonna
yet.
land this? Can we just say we're done?
They're gonna get there soon.
Eventually they'll find it. All right. Good night, everybody.
God,
Post fuck 'em depression.
this was a fucking disaster. I fucking hate both of you.
Why do you keep inviting him?
I don't know. I thought it was gonna be a good fucking idea, but no. But now we're gonna fucking go bro out in my basement and watch YouTube videos.